All right, well, another year has passed and it's time to do another update on the Yokohama Geolandar XATs. So these have about 30,000 miles on them now. I bought these tires brand new and I ran them on a Ram 1500 crew cab 4x4 turbo diesel. And then after I had put about 10,000 on them, I gave them to my father because I was going to move on and review another tire. And he put them on this 1-ton crew cab 4x4 Duramax, and he's put the last 20,000 miles on them. So they've got 30,000 total, and all of that has been on big full-size trucks. These tires have seen gravel roads. He tows pretty heavy equipment trailers. I did some towing with them also. They've seen snow, ice, heavy rain. You name it, and these tires have pretty much been through it. And like I just shot a clip there I'm going to post here in just a moment, but the tread is down to about 10-30 seconds. Depending on where you measure, it's almost 9-30 seconds. So you can look up the specs on this tire when it's new and kind of gauge how much wear you're getting there. But, considering the vehicles that this tire's been run on, 9-30 seconds remaining after 30,000 miles, that's not too bad really. So I think the wear is pretty good for an aggressive all-terrain tire. The tread does look to be wearing smooth across the face of the tire, and I'll show you that up close here in just a moment. No punctures, no flats, no balancing issues that I know of, no problems at all when I ran them or when my dad's been running them. Really good tires. His complaint with them, though, is that they have gotten kind of loud. And for an all-terrain tire, I will admit they do make some noise. So if you're looking for a tire that's whisper quiet, this is not it. It's an aggressive tire. It's a cross between an all-terrain and a mud terrain. And it's pretty noisy out on the road. It does have a hum going down the road. And I guess he just doesn't really like that. So he's talking about maybe getting some different tires to put on the truck pretty soon, even though there's tread left on these. So just keep that in mind. They do make some noise. Now, he also hasn't been super happy with them in the bad weather. When I ran them on my Ram 1500, I didn't have any issues with that. Of course, they were new tires then also, but they seemed to hook up really well for me in the snow and the rain. I didn't have any problems with them. I think they do pretty well for him too. But the thing about these heavy-duty diesel trucks is they've got a lot of weight in the front end. Those diesel engines, the heavier-duty diesel engines like the big Duramax, Power Stroke, Cummins, those engines are really heavy. So it really throws the weight balance of the truck off even more. And with all of that weight in the front end of the truck, I feel like the rear end does have a tendency to slip and slide a little more on these heavy-duty trucks, especially with all that torque. So that may be why he doesn't like them in the bad weather quite as well as I did. But again, overall, it's been a really great tire. These things are tough. The wind just blew my camera over. So let's try this again. So I was just saying these tires are tough as nails. I mean, as far as the construction of this Geolandar XAT, I mean, there's no problems with that at all. It's a really tough, rugged tire. I wouldn't hesitate to take it into any terrain whatsoever. It's just slightly less aggressive than the mud terrain version, but from what I understand, the carcass of the tire is the same as the MT, the G003 mud terrain that they sell now. I think the construction of the tire is about the same. It's just the tread, obviously, that's different. But anyway, 30,000 miles, they're still doing great. A little bit noisy, but they're doing great. They're wearing, pretty good and don't have a lot of chopping and feathering and that kind of thing. Got a lot of tread left on them. So really not a bad tire at all. Now let me come get the camera and bring it over and let you see what the tread looks like up close at this mileage. All right, here's a close-up. And again, you can see how across the face of the tread, not any chopping and feathering and that kind of thing. Again, wearing down just a little bit faster in the center part of the tread than what I see on the outer blocks, but that could be because the pressure is a little too high. You know, if you're not hauling real heavy duty with these trucks, you can afford to let a little bit of pressure out so the tire will wear more evenly across the face of it. But, you know, all in all, no complaints with them. So it looks like we're down to about 10, yeah, right at 10-30 seconds in the center of the tread. But when I measure out here on these outer blocks, you can see they've got a little bit more. They come out about 12-30 seconds. So usually when you see more wear in the middle than what you're getting on the outside, that usually means that you've been running them at too high of a pressure. Now, if he does end up getting some different tires to put on this truck because he's just not real happy with the noise, what I may do is hang on to these, and then next year we may run them a little more on my new Ram and see just how many total miles we can get out of these Yokohamas. I mean, these things are very expensive tires. I think this particular size, 33, 12, 50, 18, I think they're selling for like $1,800 or $1,900 a set now. They've gotten really expensive. All tires have really just gotten out of control price-wise. So, you know, it would be neat to run these all the way down to the legal limit and just see how many total miles we could get out of them. And that would give you guys a real good idea of whether or not it's a good value. So we'll see. We may do that. But if you got any questions about the Yokohama XAT, drop them below. And as usual, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.